Okay, here we are. This is the 2017 Chevy Bolt, fresh out of the car wash. So it's four-door, it's a hatchback. It's got great storage. I'll show you the inside in a second. This option came with the ability to add a roof rack, which is great if you've got a kayak, paddleboard, or something like that. And really anything that could go on a roof rack could go up there. All right. It's got a pretty neat feature here that I like. If you have your key in your pocket, you can push this little button on the handle and that'll lock and unlock the doors, so you don't actually ever have to take your key out. You can lock it and unlock it from any of the doors. Two seats up front, as is standard. Got your adjustable center console here. It's pretty nice. There's cup holders. You got two USB and an auxiliary jack hookup. There's a phone holder there. You got your standard hood open, lighting and everything like that. Okay, so the back seats three. It's actually not bad. It's actually very comfortable. So if you'll notice, there's no hump in the middle because it doesn't have a gas tank. So there's no need for that. They're able to actually take the back and make it completely flat, which is actually where the part of the battery pack is stationed on the bottom of the floor, sort of in the center of the vehicle. So it makes even sitting in the middle pretty comfortable. You could fit pretty good sized stuff. I've fit a bookshelf in here. I've fit about a 6-foot tall Christmas tree and a number of other things. So it's pretty spacious. There's additional storage under here, where I've got some a couple packs of golf balls, a little bit of a mess, but blanket and some towels. Anyways, yeah, so that's the interior and exterior. Okay, so we're gonna power it up. So it doesn't have a key. You do have to have a key on you, but it just when you want to start it, just keys in my pocket. I can just push my foot on the brake and press the power button, and it's gonna start up. Just beeping because I don't have my seatbelt, but the car is started. It's, you know, if you didn't hear the air conditioner kind of come on and that beep to let you know you need to put a seatbelt on, you may not even really know if it's on or not. But the power light does turn a backlit blue compared to just being a non-backlit blue. So this is your sort of driver display there. It's right now, don't know if you see it, but it's, you know, miles per hour. I'm not moving, so I'm doing 0. You've got some ability to sort of, you know, select. You can do a time. You can set a follow distance, or you can gauge your follow distance based on the vehicle in front of you. You can have your standard trip. So you can, check mileage based on where you're going. It shows tire pressure. It looks like I'm a little low on a couple of them, so I'll fill that up actually before we take it out for a spin. But and then you can, a lot of this is configurable. So you can, navigate to audio settings, phone settings. You can see vehicle information. The screen itself that's displayed here is also configurable. So I kind of have it set to display the information the way that I like to see it. You get, I think, about 5 or 6 different options. Some has a little bit less information around, power utilization. They're all going to show you this range over on the left-hand side. I'm not fully charged, and it's giving me a few different numbers, and this is based on my driving efficiency. So the vehicle's sort of projecting based on the power I've used to travel distance over the last X amount of time is calculated out, and basically they're saying if I drive in my, in the least efficient way that I've driven recently, I can go 135 miles. If I'm average, it'll be 165. And if I'm, operating at my maximum efficiency for power utilization over distance, I can go 194 miles. And these numbers are going to move as you drive the vehicle, and it picks up new information, based on the algorithms that are programmed in. Then you've got your other display again. This is also configurable. So this is my home screen, which you get to pressing this home screen button. On my home screen, I have it set up with, I've got the radio, which could also be, you can click on and expand, and it's got, satellite radio you can plug in through USB drive. You can, have your Bluetooth from your phone. Sort of a number of different ways to kind of hook into the system there. All the features that you'd expect, except it's through a touchscreen. So you've got your favorite radio stations and everything like that. Again, the home screen, it's configurable. You've got energy settings where you can go in and you can set up your charging. So this is the charging settings. So you can set it up to charge instantaneously, or I have a departure timer set. So it's gonna, based on this departure setting, it's gonna, activate the charging to get me filled up to the point I want to be filled up to by that time. So I just get home, I plug in, and then it's not going to start drawing power into the vehicle, in my case, until off-peak times, because I have it set for off-peak only. You can have this set to come on immediately, but I have special utility rates where if I charge late at night through until early morning, I get a reduced rate on electricity, so I can fill up the car and it costs less. But there's all kinds of information that you can set up in there. I had mentioned previously when doing the interior tour of the vehicle that the battery packs are, sort of situated, near the back and along the floor of the vehicle. And this is a representation that you can see in the energy menu of, those batteries. It kind of shows you how full they are. If you're driving, it'll show where the power's flowing and things like that. But it gives you an idea of where they are in the vehicle, and having the batteries down on the floor base there, spread through the center of the vehicle, gives the vehicle a really nice center of gravity, so it handles really well. So those are kind of some of the most important ones. Your charging settings, your radio controls, of course. Mine's set up to show in-trip or energy usage information since the last charge. Shows me how far I've gone since the last time I filled the vehicle up. And how much power it's taken me to get there, and then it gives you the breakdown of how that power was used. The pinkish color is for actual power used for driving, and then that purple is for the climate control inside the vehicle. I have this little charge limit switch that I can flick over. For a quick boost, so I can go from 8 to 12 amps. It gave me a little warning when I went to 12 amps there, because this is talking about 120 volt charging, and then it's got a little clock there. That's how I have it set up, but these screens can be moved around, and you can set up different things. So that's a quick overview. There's a whole lot of things in here. You've got other settings. You can do screen projections. You can you've got CarPlay. If you have a phone that you want to hook to it, which I don't have an iPhone right now, but if I plugged in an iPhone, it would give me an icon to do the Apple CarPlay. Then you have sort of all the features of your iPhone unlocked in there. And you can set up the air conditioning. It's got actual buttons, which I think are nice. The touchscreen's pretty cool. It works well, but for some controls, having the buttons available is a nice touch. In the steering wheel, you also, in addition to having some controls, you've got this option, or this car came with the heated steering wheel option. You've got lane departure assist that you can turn on and off from the steering wheel. You can set distances as far as how if you want to get notified if you're certain distance from a vehicle. It's got a little radio selector, so you can do radio stations up and down, or if you have music hooked up through USB or your phone, you can change tracks. There's also a volume control on the back here, so you can turn the radio volume up or down without having to take your hands off the wheel. And it gives you that representation in the driver display there as you turn the radio up or down. In case my car wash video didn't make the cut, here's some the cameras. So you've got an overhead camera, which gives you an overhead view of the vehicle. It's parked in my driveway right now. We'll have that on as we're backing out, and then this is a front camera view, and then you can switch it over to a back camera view. And it gives you sort of guidelines for backing up, or if you don't want those, you can turn those off. Which I thought was kind of neat. I always leave them on, but just to have the option, pretty cool. Okay, so I'm inside the 2017 Chevy Bolt. Today I decided to come over to the car wash and actually get the car cleaned before I show it. And I thought that I would include something fun that I do in the car wash with some of the really cool camera features that are available in the Bolt. So this is right now, it's a overhead view and a front view. And in just a minute here, I'm going to take this through the car wash for a little added entertainment when you're doing a chore that everyone has to do with their car. I like to turn on the cameras. And you see, it adds a lot of fun to the car wash experience, something you can only really get in a car that has all these extra cameras. And then you can see up here we got the rear view camera turned on, so that's actually a camera feed. So we should see that get pretty soapy here real soon. And different lights going on, and you can see that on the cameras. And it's like looking out the back or the front. Now we can like look out the back and you can see all the spinny things. So yeah, pretty neat extra way, or neat way to have some extra fun at the car wash. Oh, look at all those brushes going. Anyways, thought it's kind of a neat way. Some of the cameras that the Bolt has, which are really helpful for driving, parking lots, all kinds of things like that, and can provide a little extra entertainment when you're getting your car washed.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to follow ClipperCreek on our social media channels for more content like this.